What if I told you the US government might be eyeing XRP, not just as a digital asset, but as a piece of America's future financial infrastructure? Wild, maybe, but hey, race what we know in 2025. Stay until the end for the jaw-dropping connection between Ripple, CBDCs, and the federal welcome back to Finance SQ, where we break down the most important moves in finance and crypto for the everyday American. Today, we're diving deep into a question that's been circulating across forums, headlines, and even Capitol Hill. Could the US government actually adopt XRP as part of its financial future? If you're curious about central bank digital currencies, Ripple's growing global influence, or just want to understand how XRP might be the sleeper asset of the decade, stick around. Let's break it down. 1. What is XRP and Ripple's core use case? Before we dive into any government adoption, let's quickly clarify. XRP is the native token of the XRP ledger, created to facilitate fast, low-cost cross-border payments. Ripple, the company behind it, is building RippleNet, a decentralized global payment network used by banks and financial institutions. Their mission? To replace outdated systems like SWIFT that still dominate international wire transfers with something faster, cheaper, and more secure. But what makes XRP so special? It settles in 3 to 5 seconds, costs fractions of a penny per transaction, can scale to 500 plus transactions per second. It's carbon neutral. 2. Ripple and government partnerships. Now here's where things get spicy. Ripple isn't just working with banks. It's partnered with over 40 central banks and monetary authorities worldwide. Even more intriguing, Ripple has launched pilots for central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, government-backed digital currencies, using the XRP ledger's technology. Wait, that's huge. Because here's what that means. Governments are already exploring Ripple's infrastructure as a foundation for digital currency issuance. 3. Where does the US stand in 2025? So, is the US interested in XRP? It's complicated. In 2024, the Federal Reserve released updates on Project Hamilton, its CBDC research initiative. While it hasn't officially endorsed any technology, insiders have reported ongoing analysis of both public and private sector frameworks, including those like Ripple's. Former Ripple advisor Michael Barr was appointed to a key Federal Reserve role in 2022. Just a coincidence? Maybe, but it's raised eyebrows. The launch of FedNow, a real-time payments platform, was a big step. It doesn't use XRP, but it proves that the government is already shifting away from legacy payment systems. Could RippleNet be the next layer? For the legal landscape, post-SEC battle, you can't talk about XRP and the US government without mentioning the Ripple versus SEC case. After years of back and forth, 2024 saw partial clarity. A judge ruled that XRP itself is not a security when sold on exchanges. Huge win. Now, Ripple has more room to partner with US institutions without the fear of being shut down. That legal green light means government-backed institutions can consider Ripple technology with less risk. 5. The economic case for XRP in US finance. Let's get practical. The US sends trillions in cross-border payments every year. But that system is clunky and expensive. XRP's instantaneous settlement can reduce overhead, minimize risk, and support economic resilience. In a time where inflation, digital transformation, and global competition are in full swing, the US can't afford to fall behind. That's why even if XRP isn't adopted officially, underlying technology could still power parts of US payment infrastructure. 6. What experts are saying. Here's what industry voices are predicting in 2025. Ripple is on track to become the SWIFT of the blockchain world. CBDCs will launch in developed countries by 2026, and Ripple is the likely engine. The US will adopt blockchain for payments within the next 3 years. Some analysts believe the XRP ledger could be used by US government partners, even if the XRP token isn't directly integrated. But if utility demand rises, guess what? XRP's value could skyrocket anyway. What you can do so, will the US adopt XRP officially? We can't say for sure, but the evidence is piling up. Ripple is building the rails. Banks are hopping on, and governments, including ours, are watching very closely. As an investor or crypto enthusiast, what should you do? Stay educated, monitor policy changes. Don't just follow hype, follow utility. If you found this video insightful, consider subscribing to Finance SQ. We bring you grounded, data-backed financial content every week. Let us know in the comments. Do you think the US will adopt Ripple's technology? And would you trust a government-backed XRP-based dollar? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.